Hello student, let us enter to the session number 6 of our matrices chapter. First of all, we'll see some part of our theory and then we'll go for some important question. So it's a session 6 matrices. Today one or two very important topic we are going to discuss. So first of all, a new topic is article 3.5, transpose of a matrix. After seeing the definition of matrix, after seeing the properties of matrix, addition of matrix, subtraction of matrix, multiplication of matrix or matrices, now we are entering into the very important topic. It's like a regular question in a board exam, that is called transpose of a matrix. Now first of all, official definition as it is printed in our textbook. If A is equal to Aij, whose order is m cross n, is any matrix of an order m cross n. And if you are interchanging the rows and columns, most important thing is if you are interchanging the rows and columns, so whatever the new matrix you are going to get, that is called transpose of matrix. One example is given below. Example is if A is equal to, and see, there are 3 rows and 2 columns, 2, 3, 5, 1, 4, 2 are the element of this matrix. A is any matrix, and if you interchange the rows and column, now these rows are going to be a column, then you see that the order is, this was order of 3 cross 2. Now new matrix got a order 2 cross 3. This rows, this columns becomes a rows. So on the new whatever the matrix we are going to get, that is called transpose of a matrix. Once more, definition is if A is equal to Aij with m cross n order is any matrix. It's not necessary that it should be a square matrix, any matrix, and if you are interchanging the rows and columns, so whatever the new matrix you are going to get, that is called transpose of a matrix. Example already I told you. There are some important properties of transpose of matrix. First of all, symbol for a transpose matrix. Before going for a properties of transpose of matrix, this is symbol of a transpose of matrix. If A is any matrix, then A dash. In our textbook, we got the symbol A dash, but if you go for a reference book, there is one more symbol used, A to the power T. So it's your choice. Either of this symbol we are going to use to represent the transpose of a matrix. So definition, symbol I told you, one example. Now 2 to 3 or 4 properties of a matrix are there. Sometimes they are asking you to prove this properties. The coming exercise will have some questions of proving this properties. One of the properties is transpose of transpose. Means when you find the transpose of matrix and then again transpose, you will get the original matrix. That you can see very easily when you use any example. Once you are using a transpose of matrix, order will be 2 cross 3. Then again you find the transpose of matrix, you will get the original matrix. So this is one obvious properties of matrix. Second properties of matrix is if K is any constant or K is any scalar multiplication of a matrix, then Ka dash or Ka to the transpose, whole transpose is equal to, don't put the transpose in a K. K is any scalar quantity, K is any number. So K into A dash, this is one more property of a transpose of matrix. One more easy properties of matrix is that can also very easily proved, A plus B whole dash or A plus B transpose matrix is equal to A dash plus B dash. So these are some 3 easy properties, but most important property is, and very frequently asked in a board exam, is AB whole dash. Means A into B multiplication and then its transpose will not be equal to A dash into B dash, but it will be B dash into A dash. Many times I have seen in a question paper of a 12th standard, they are using this like a question. They are asking you to prove. Means last year also there was a question, or otherwise some modified form of a question, always they gives for property number 4. So once more, what is property number 4? AB whole dash A into B transpose is equal to not A dash into B dash but B dash into A dash. So remember this property. Out of this four properties, fourth one is most important. Now after knowing about this definition, two very important topics are there. In a competitive exam also, it's like a regular topic which comes in a board exam. There are two types of modified form of transpose of matrix. One is called symmetric matrix, another one is called skew symmetric matrix. So first of all, we'll see that definition. There are many questions in our next exercise 3.4 that we are going to do in a gradually coming session. First of all, let us go for a symmetric matrix. What do you mean by symmetric matrix? So it is given like this in our textbook. A definition is given in our textbook. First of all, for any square matrix, immediately question arises. It is not going to be applicable to each and every matrix. For any square matrix, if you are finding the transpose of matrix and if it is coming equal to that matrix itself, then we call it as a symmetric matrix. Name itself will tell you the definition. What do you mean by symmetric matrix? For any square matrix, I am underlining this property. For any square matrix, when you find the transpose of that square matrix and if you get A itself, then it is called as a symmetric matrix. One example I have written on the board. It is from the textbook only. A is any matrix. These are the members: root 3, 2, 3, 2, minus 1.5, minus 1, 3, minus 1, 1. Now you interchange the rows and column. So see, first of all, it should be a square matrix. So it is square matrix. Order is 3 cross 3. Now if you interchange the rows and column, for example, this row you make it as a column and this row you make it as another column. This row you make it as another column. You will find that answer will be same. So this type of matrix is called symmetric matrix. How you can form your symmetric matrix? Keep the different members in a principal diagonal. This is called principal diagonal. How usually, if anybody is asking you to give an example for a symmetric matrix, how you are going to do? Keep the different members in a diagonal, but cross member you keep it identical, you will get the transpose matrix. Transpose matrix as well as symmetric matrix. So definition wise, property wise, this topic is very important. In same article, article 3.6, one more very important topic, and again this type of question always comes in a board exam as well as in a competitive exam. Skew symmetric matrix. It's just like a modified form of symmetric matrix. If again a square matrix is there and if you are finding the transpose, but when you find the transpose, then A dash will be equal to minus A. What does it mean? That if you are finding the transpose and the answer of the transpose is equal to minus of A, means the A's member will have a minus sign. Difference between these two is of a minus sign. Then it is called as a skew symmetric matrix. One more example is given. A is equal to 0 E F minus E 0 G minus F G 0. Then some of the properties are, if anybody is asking you to make the skew symmetric matrix, one very important property you see, principal diagonal will have always 0 as their entries. Then in a cross you put identical elements, E then E, F then F, G and G, but differ with a sign, minus sign. If it is minus G then G, otherwise if it is G then minus G, minus F then F, E then minus E, and vice versa. Then the new matrix is called skew symmetric matrix. Two important properties are, first of all, it should be a square matrix, diagonal wise entries should be 0, cross wise elements should be same but with the minus signs different. Then this type of matrix is called skew symmetric matrix. We will see one or two important theorem after this topic. Now after doing symmetric matrix and skew symmetric matrix, two important theorems are given in your book, and regular question we get it in a board exam. First of all, let us see statement of theorem number 1. Proof is not required, and proof you can do it with the help of example also. But very frequently you will get the question on this theorem number 1 and theorem number 2. What is the statement of theorem number 1? For any square matrix, again, for any square matrix A with the real number entries, A plus A dash is a symmetric matrix. If I am giving you any matrix 2, 2, 5, 1, and it's a square matrix, and if you find A plus A dash means A with its transpose, then answer automatically will be symmetric matrix. A plus A dash will give you answer as a symmetric matrix. Earlier I told you the properties of symmetric matrix, but now no need of remembering that properties. Directly you add any matrix with its transpose, answer will be automatically symmetric matrix. And if you subtract A with its transpose matrix, answer automatically will be skew symmetric matrix. So it's a very important theorem, theorem 1. If you are given any matrix and you are asked to find the symmetric matrix, you add A with A dash. A dash means transpose. You subtract A with A dash. Whatever the answer comes, it will be symmetric matrix or skew symmetric matrix. One or two examples are also given in your book, and there are some questions in exercise that we are going to see in a gradually coming session. So theorem number 1, most important theorem is, and it's like a regular question. Theorem number 2 says that if any square matrix is given to you, then last year it was there in the final exam, there was a question, any matrix is given and it's a square matrix, you can represent this matrix in the form of sum of skew matrix and skew symmetric matrix, but the values will be half of A plus A dash. Come on, what is A plus A dash? A plus A dash is symmetric matrix. What is A minus A dash? A minus A dash is skew symmetric matrix. If you make its half and then you add it up, you will get the given matrix. So these are the two very important theorem. You remember only statement. Proof is not given and proof is not required in a board exam. You just remember, and it can be proved with the help of example. Now there is one important question in exercise 3.2. As I promised that with the theories we are going to do questions of a previous exercise. So already I did 2-3 important question of 3.2. One more important question is in exercise 3.2 is question number 7. This is like a hidden question. Many times student forgets to solve this type of question. So come on, what is that question? 2x plus 3y is equal to one nice matrix. Then 3x plus 2y, again it is equal to a nice matrix. This question is a question of a type of 10th standard. In 10th standard you are given two equations of two variables. Here x and y are not variable. X and y are two matrices. Capital X and capital Y are matrices, and the equation is given in the form of matrices only. 2x plus 3y is equal to one matrix. 3x plus 2y is equal to matrix, and question is, big question mark is, find the value of x and y. So just like elimination method which we are using in 10th standard, here also you use elimination method. Eliminate one of this. Again I am not using the word variable. X and y are not variable, x and y are a matrix. So try to eliminate one of the matrix. What I did in this question, I have eliminated x matrix. How? By multiplying 3 with the first matrix and 2 with the second matrix. Interchanging or intermultiplying the coefficient of x, immediately you will get the new situation, 6x plus 9y. I am multiplying with 3 and multiply this with 2. So 6x plus 4y. Whatever you are doing in the left hand side, same you do it in the right hand side also. But I told you during the scalar multiplication of matrix, you will have to multiply all the member with 3 here. See, 3 2 are 6, 3 3 are 9, 3 4 are 12, and 3 0 are 0. Similarly, when you are multiplying this with 2, 2 2 are 4, 2 into minus 2, minus 4, minus 2 here, and 10. This is the way we get the this new situation. Just like elimination method, you cancel 6x with 6x and subtract 4y from 9y, then you will get 5y, and here 6 minus 4, then you will get 2, then 9 minus of minus 4, 9 minus of minus 4. So it will become as a 9 plus 4, 13, then 12 minus of minus 2. So you will get a 14 again here. It will be 14, and 0 minus 10, it will be minus 10. So bring this 5 in the denominator. So the y, the required one of the matrix will be, one of the answer is y is equal to, divide all the member with 5, you will get y. Now just like how you did in a 10th standard, as soon as you get the value of a y, you put it in any one of this situation or equation. If suppose I am keeping this value in first equation or first situation, then 2x will be as it is, 3 as it is, and put the value of y here. So see, I have kept the value of y, right hand side will be as it is. Now just like a substitution method, 2x multiply 3 with each and every quantity, transfer this on the side, subtract gradually the member, divide each and every member with 2. The new answer, whatever the answer, it will be the matrix X. In that way you can find the y and x matrix. This is slightly harder question I picked up. One easy question is also in that particular exercise. This is part 2 of question number 7. Part 1 is much easier than this. And how I did with the help of a elimination method, just like 10th standard. But again I am telling you, x and y are not variable, x and y are matrices. So never open this matrix, leave it as a matrix only, add or subtract or use the properties of addition or subtraction of matrix, automatically you will get the answer. So this is one important question. Some more important question we will be doing in a coming session. Thank you.